Still showing offline. Starting. All right. There we go. I think we're live. Neat. All right. We're live. Okay. So, alrighty. What we're going to be doing today is a couple of things. First, mainly, I'm going to be making a level that I've been working on last day or two. A linear level. Levels on much of anything. Even on Project Spark, I didn't tend to make too many linear levels. But I'm going to try to do it in SnapMap because it seems to be a little bit better accommodated for that. Secondly, I'm also going to be testing some audio stuff. I was having audio issues with my stream yesterday, which is why I kind of ended that stream early. So I made some tweaks to my audio. Hopefully I got that fixed. If I'm having issues, be sure to let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments, whatever. I am looking at a new microphone. I've got is a good mic for $35. So I'm looking to get a better one, maybe. In the chat, Yarn asks, "Hey, it's me from yesterday. Can I come play with you?" At some point, maybe, Yarn. At the moment, I'm just going to be building. But if I start playing, like if I play Dooming Floor, if I play other people's maps, stuff like that, then I'll definitely let you know when we can play. I'm going to turn down my sound just a fuzz. Let me know how the audio sounds in the chat. Alright, so before I start editing too much farther, we're going to go ahead and do a quick run through of the linear level. Now it starts off with a bang. We get chased by the Baron pretty much immediately, so we're going to have to run away from him because we've got nearly no ammo. Come on. Well, while it's loading, I guess you can let me know in the chat how your Labor Day weekend is going. I know not everyone is in America and whatnot, but for those who are, let me know how your Labor Day weekend is doing. I'm obviously playing Doom. Oh. But we're out of ammo. I'm going to kind of weave and dodge so he doesn't stuck on some of those barricades back. Alright, and then we hit this button. He hits the lasers and he dies. Good job, you killed the Baron. You'll need better weapons though. Head downstairs. Something I'm happy about, check this out. With all these laser systems that actually are burning the wall, I think that... And this kind of works as the makeshift way of... You don't get to go back in the level, you can only go forward. Alright, so we're going to head this way. Point of interest saying equip. I happen to know the secrets, so I'm going to grab some ammo. Now there is more ammo here. It's not that much of a secret, but... Look, we've got this core right here. Grab some stuff while we're here. Let's head this way. Oh, got an enemy there. Not too much going on here. We've got a big green door. Once again, he needs power. Let's head to this door. And now we have to survive for 42 seconds. We do have drops like ammo and armor, so it shouldn't be too hard. A lot of, what are they, imps I think they're called? Yeah. Low ammo, so I'm going to need to find some more ammo, which I've got some down here. And if I do executions, I get some stuff back. Okay. Lockdown complete. So now we've got this point of interest saying pick up. We'll go ahead and pick up the core. Execute this guy. Now, yep, the ammo's back. Stupid imps. Okay, and then we can leave. And we'll hit up this little secret over here to get a mega health. We'll head back over here. Put in the core. And now we can get a super shotgun and a hell shot. Good job. There's an escape pod on the lower levels of the station. Let's go there. So now that we've got that powered up, we can head over here. Got a couple enemies. We'll quickly take care of. Alright. And then start getting a little bit more serious of enemies. Boom. And we've got this big staircase. Okay. Boom. Bit of a leap of faith kind of stuff there. I don't know if you've been noticing, but as we've been going deeper, it's also been getting colder. So right now the atmosphere is pretty cold, and it's only going to get worse from here. And this is as far as I've gotten. This is where we would be exiting. So, one thing I want to do is I want to add a checkpoint to this stairwell, because got checkpoints around here. I'm trying to remember where the last checkpoint I put is. I think it's in the room with the lasers, but let me check. One more checkpoint around here somewhere, I thought. Did I? Maybe I didn't. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I did. Here's another checkpoint. So, copy this. Let's take it to the room with the stairs. There we go. Okay, on entered module, we're going to set this to 7, and then have the energy check to 7. Yaren says, "Hey, Tackle, let's try to make a horror map." It's definitely something I want to do. I don't know if I'll do that today on this stream, but I'm definitely going to be making a horror map at some point. I am using a survival conductor on this map. I want to make the time between encounters less. I want it to be pretty rapid fire. There we go. But I'm going to add more props because it's pretty empty here. Let's see. Large props. Now in the upper levels I had these things on fire, so maybe I'll have these guys just smoking. Smoke. That is smoke, yep. I like the atmospheric effects, they look really cool. What next? to large props. These barricades are pretty cool, but I don't know if they really fit here very well. Let's add a couple of crates, because crates are always good. Let's put a third one, and then have one stacked on top. Crate here. Over here, since this is kind of out of the way, I want to add... Let's add some pickups, like health and ammo and stuff. Pickups. Ammo box. Gotta love the good old rule of threes. In the chat, Alpha says, will you play maps again sometime, or was that a one-time thing? Your guys, I got a lot of good feedback from that. Plus, I got to play with some subscribers and fans and stuff. So, yeah, I definitely plan on doing that again. Then let's put a couple of small healths. There we go. Let's go ahead and add some sort of obstacle here so it's not super easy to get over the barricade. And another barricade. Okay. Gotta kind of weave between the barricades. Not too big a deal. Alright. Next. I don't know what this is, but it looks cool and I like it, so we're putting it in. You know, we could always put something like a laser trap up here that you have to disable or just jump past it, one of the two. Yeah, let's do that, because these things look like the type of things that would have lasers. Okay. Tip it about there. One there. And one there. Okay. Looks good. And then let's add a couple of little fires over here so it looks like that it's burning into the wall. The other laser beams right here. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, now we have to set the damage for these guys. Now let's do 40 and live, but it's still. Then, if the player wants, we could have a button over here that disables that. On used. Laser. And disable laser. And on use, we'll also have it turn off these fiery effects. Hazard. Okay, and let's put a little bit of text here. Alright. Disable laser security. Let's turn down the distance a little bit so it only shows if you get near it. Should we make it blink? Nah, it's not a deal. Okay, that with the lasers adds a little bit more to the room. Or they could just jump past it. That's up to them. What's up with you, Spyros? How's everyone's Labor Day weekend going? Assuming that you guys have Labor Day weekends and such. My roommate doesn't get Labor Day off, which is really strange to me. He did get Friday off because of bad weather. He works construction, so his job's a little more dependent on weather. I feel like we should do something with this little nook here, but I don't know what. Probably want to put some ammo and stuff here because they just fought through some enemies. So pickups, ammo box, a little bit of armor. Then let's kind of block it off so it's not super obvious. There we go. Alrighty. It's looking pretty good. There we go. Have an actual proper barricade. Let's put one of them a little bit off center. Okay, there we go. I love your tutorials, man. Keep up the good work. I appreciate when people say that they like my tutorials and stuff. That's the main reason I do this kind of stuff. Partially because I enjoy SnapMap, and partially because I love the feedback that I get. My roommate has played some of my maps. I've played Dooming Floor 2 with my roommate. He bought a copy of Doom as well, and he liked it quite a bit. Yeah. Let's see. Spyro says, I don't either in Canada, but I don't have school from Friday to Sunday every week. I'm 18, but I'm still at school because I missed 2 years. Okay. I've graduated and whatnot, so in multimedia and stuff. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. Added more interest to it. Obstacle here. Explodables. Add classic barrel. Couple. Along with just some normal barrels. I think it'd be cool if when the player got near these, it blew up. Okay. Let's put it about like on the stairs here. Add a little bit of depth. Add some width. And some height. There we go. So on third. I'm going to do this to the other barrels, but I want them to be on a slight delay. So let's see. Off immediately, and then this one will have a short delay. This one will have a slightly shorter delay. Got to put something on fire down here just for good measure. Barrels. Okay. Here we go. Let's add a small fire here on this. Alright, so when the player enters, these should blow up. Alright. Need to make a new set of checkpoints for our second player, but that wouldn't be the end of the world. Alright. From the bear, we don't have enough. Now I think, I'm going to here, I think the Baron kind of gets on these crates here. Okay, so not this time he didn't. Oh boy. And we're out of ammo. Alright, come on. Gotta make it to the terminal. And the Baron is... We killed the Baron. Yeah! Alright. Let's on the wall is showing that the lasers are pretty hardcore. Head downstairs. Pick up some ammo. It's going to say that we need to power this on before we can get our new loadout. Get rid of him. And these guys. That's mostly just there to show that you are in fact going in the right direction. Let's grab this mega health that's kind of hidden out of the way. And lockdown. I love the super shotgun, but by default it has almost the worst ammo capacity of any gun in the whole game. Which is kind of what I'm working with here. Ow. Some more ammo down here. There, lockdown complete. Okay, so now that that's complete, we'll pick up this core and head out. I'll go ahead and put in the core. And then we'll get our new loadout. Good, there's an escape pod in the lower levels of the station. Let's go there. Okay, so we have the health shot and the super shotgun and a grenade now. Health shot is much more ammo efficient. Okay, we'll enter this room. We start getting some tougher guys. And boom! Get out of my way. Bam! Oh, that works really well. Now we can go this way. Pick up some health. And I'm not going to interact with this just yet. Stupid cacodemon. Pinkies aren't particularly menacing when you have a super shotty. Did you see its face? It was like looking up really weird. Oh, that's, I can just walk under them. Okay, I guess we'll readjust that. And, yep, it does hurt quite a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and interact with that button now just to, make sure everything there works, right? Switch to this. Okay, we'll disable laser security. And then... Yep, laser security is all turned off. Let's head down to the lower levels. Pick up this good stuff. And we would advance, but I don't have anywhere to advance to. So we'll see in the chat. Spyro says, something I like about my new map, put 2 barrels, a C4 in front of it, so when the explosive is on the side, way to open back to the lasers because they aim at the player. I hadn't really thought about that, but I just figured the player was taller. Tip the laser down. Same with this one. Take it. Oh, wait, hang on. Select it, and then tip the laser down. Like crisscross, good height, and now I need to move the fire down. Okay. There we go. That's looking better. Let's see, are there any like warning sign props I could put up? Handrail, dangerous high temperature environment, inhalation, hazard, caution, hazard, restricted area. We'll put up some fire warning signs. One there. There. And maybe our player will notice. Probably not. Either way, they'll notice if they hit him. Alright. So this area I'm pretty happy with. Let's go ahead and add on. Now, I did just go down. Alright, so let's see if there's any good arenas that grab me. Refining chamber is always good. Disodium refinery. These are fun. Drop it way down. What is that, 10 floors or something? Okay. Let's see how this room looks. So we enter in here. Oh, nice. We got a couple of little hazardous jumps. Then they can exit out that way. Now we need to apply... I'm going to make this one the cold as hell. So we're going to transition from cool into cold as hell. I'm thinking it'd be neat if we added some sort of like just environmental damage, like if the player just took a little bit of damage over time. See what happens. Go to gameplay. On player entered. Let's go to flow. Repeater. Start repeater. I'm going to do 5 seconds between repeat. And we're going to have it then on signal, player proxy, hurt. We're going to hurt our person. Hurt him 100. Let's do something 10. Huh, that's interesting. We can do different types of damage. That's cool. What is cold damage? I didn't know I could do that. Let me take a look at the chat really quick. Triangle. I'm not even going to try to say that. Says, have you by any chance figured out how to make an AI companion that will follow you around? Haven't yet. Definitely want to. Spyro says there's a special grenade that makes a demon help you in SnapMap. Haven't tried it yet though. I think that pretty much the I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, there's like a something grenade that lets you that pretty much switches the demon to your team. A linear map, and at the moment we just descended about 10 floors, and it's getting cooler and cooler, and we're entering this room, which is going to be slowly damaging. Spyro says, is your map going to be co-op? We'll see. It'll probably turn into co-op, but right now Jimmy says, what's linear? A linear map is a map that starts at point B, and you make in a fairly, think of a Call of Duty level rather than say like an open world game like GTA. Being able to, I think that's probably one of the worst things about SnapMap. I freaking love campaign. It's one of my favorite weapons in terms of like obviously it's not as good as the rocket launcher or the super shotgun and stuff, but I really like the pistol, and I'd love to be able to add it into SnapMap. Maps like nothing else right now. Bucks. Worth mentioning, and this isn't sponsored or anything, this is just a helpful tidbit of information. There's a website called G2A or something like that, where you can buy codes for $8. So if you can't shell out $60 and you play on PC, you can try that. Alright, alrighty, so yep, let's keep building. So we've got, hopefully, our hazard. Now let's also go ahead and mention, tell the player. So I'm going to add a box volume. I could use the module to ever repeat. So after it plays the message to the player, it's going to delete itself, which is why I'm using the volume. So on all exited, communication, show. So we're going to put, you'll want to be careful now. It gets very cold this deep in the station. Seconds. Probably should add some health pickups just in case they exited the that fight and it's gonna be and they're low on health. So let's put effect. Now I think that we should let's go ahead and add the next room so we have something to unlock. So let's go to tall. Okay. There we go. All right. And then let's add a dead end on that one little doorway there. Bring it up. Hook. Okay. Alrighty, so let's have to open this door. So this door to locked. Let's make it horizontal split because that looks cool. Okay. And then to be evil, what we can do is we can have the power core in this room. Let's put a short prop or something in here. Okay, we'll have the core right nice and visible, but right before they get to the door, it's going to close and lock on them. So let's put the pickup. Power core, that seems fitting. Okay, and in this room we need to make it cold as hell. Floor clutter. And let's add a couple more props just so the room looks filled out. Console looks good. Okay. Then are there like some shelves? Yeah, shelves. Right. And for good measure, let's put a light over the top of it so it's nice and visible. Our player knows exactly where they need to go. Go ahead and save. Constantly, nonstop, all the time. It is frustrating that there's no autosave feature, but right. So let me head back to the initial entrance. This isn't the initial entrance. This is where we're going. I don't know if I've used this prop before. That is really cool. We'll need to make this one cold as hell. And whatnot. We'll get to this later, though. Let's put a few more to be dealing with pretty damage and enemies, because I'm going to be throwing enemies in here as well. Soon, yeah. Put a medium health there. One here. One here. As I'm doing this, out of curiosity, how many of you guys have seen X Future Past? Not Days of Future Past. X-Men Apocalypse, because I just saw it the other day with my sister and my roommate, and we enjoyed it quite a bit. Obviously, it's not perfect, but we enjoyed it. And I'm just curious what other people are thinking, because the critics are giving it some pretty harsh reviews. I don't think it deserves the 48% or so that it was given. I think it deserves a solid 75 to 85%. Oh yeah, and we were going to have this destroy it all. Come on. Delete. Put a 4-second delay on it. Just, yeah, for good measure. Okay. We should also... Yeah, the core is going to be in this little office here. So let's put interactable power station. And on given core, then unlock the door. Alrighty. Now also we need to add the point of interest. Oh, yeah, once the players entered the module, let's head over to this and add the point of interest. This point of interest will be... Let's see. Point of interest is equip, and then point of interest is pick up. And I need to head back because this is where I had the point of interest. Okay, so we're going to make a fourth point of interest. This one is going to be... That one looks neat. And we're going to call this one just interact. There. Set active. Point of interest. Head back over to this room. And this point of interest will be point of interest. Okay. Now we need to add the what happens when this core is, or when they get near this door. So just to make sure that the player can't get in if they sprint or do something wonky, we're going to put a player blocking volume in the door as well. Just so they can't get in. Because even though we want the door to shut on them, who knows what people are going to do to try to get in. Now we need to add just a normal box trigger. Make it pretty wide. Make it pretty tall. Okay. And then on entered, we're going to start an event. Rival event. Start. And then when it's finished, we will delete the volume and delete the player blocking volume. So it'll delete both of the volumes. Okay, now we get to play with our survival event. Let's put the event duration to 90 seconds. Spawn interval, let's turn that down just a fuzz. Show point of interest, show HUD, yep. Respawn player in lockdown, activate lockdown. All over the place. Now we should probably put some ammo drops as well. Ammo box. And it's good to put a respawn delay on these two, just so ammo they need it. Because the goal isn't to... The goal is to see if the player can survive the onslaught. Okay. And then in this room we'll put an ammo box and an ammo box. Now if the player does some parkour on these pipes, they're able to get anywhere. Yeah, they can get up here. That's pretty cool. I don't think they can get in this room exactly, but I could definitely pickups. Let's hide a mega health up here. Okay. And let's put an armor suit right here. There we go. Player better not mess up, because if they do, they die. Alrighty. This all should work, I think. I guess the only one... I heard that they pitched an R-rated Wolverine to do an R-rated Wolverine. Alright, gotta keep running. Let's hit the laser trap. And the Baron is dead. Boom, sucker. We'll head down here. Gotta try to do this as quickly as possible. Health right now. Boom. We need to survive for 45 seconds. Super Shotgun might be the most overpowered of the wonder weapons, but it is definitely balanced out by its very, very limited ammo capacity. You only get 12 shots with it before it's out, because it fires 2 shells every time you pull the trigger. Alright, and over. Okay, pick that up. Grab the ammo, and we're out. We'll put the core in. And super shotgun and grenade. Got some guys here we don't really need to worry about. And we'll make this quick. Oh, almost did make that. Oh, and we got the lasers here. I guess we can just jump over the lasers. I might need to add more lasers. Go down. Okay, and we'll enter this room. And the enemies shouldn't be spawning any longer, but, you know, they might follow me in. Now... Oh, I did take damage. We'll wait 5 seconds. Took more damage. Okay, so we gotta just keep picking up health. 10 health might be a little excessive. Okay, so we need the core for that. Oh, I probably should have. And we're not allowed. Yeah. Where are the demons? This is kind of weird. Well, there's our armor. Oh, the armor doesn't even help. Probably will turn the cold damage down a little bit. This is really weird. Why no demons spawned? Let's see if I can get that mega health. Can't do it that way. 8 seconds. Man, that's gonna be tough to get that. Okay, lockdown's complete. Now we can grab the core. Can't even really tell that's a blue core. Alright, so when the thing gets power, we'll need to remove the point of interest. And we're into this room. Cool. Alright, well it seems to be figure out why this works. And I'm going to rotate this. I just noticed that from that angle it's hard to tell it's a power core. So we're going to rotate it like this. Right here, it definitely looks like a power core. Okay, survive. This should work. The only thing I could think of is maybe there were enough demons in that other module that it just didn't have any room to spawn in these new guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw in on entered. We'll go ahead and just kill all the demons. Now, will this be all the demons? I'm trying to remember how this works exactly. I think this will work. Now, I might need to use one of those AI iterators. I think they're called instead. Let's try that. I'm not sure if I've even used these things yet, the AI iterators. AI iterator can be AIs on the map. Start iterating. For each AI, remove. So we'll have this volume 2 so that it can't do that too many times. So then on entered, we'll have it just delete itself after 5.5. There we go. So that should kill all the AIs on the map and free up the spawning spots for them. let's tweak this. Let's try blinding, and let's try... Good. Okay. Oh yeah, and we need to... Once on given... Clear point of interest. Let's go ahead and add a volume here for communication. So that... Make that a bit bigger. Okay. On entered, we'll have it send a message. Like you'll need another power core. Look around and see if you can find one. There we go. Turn the message duration up because this volume, because figured they probably know what to do by now. So we'll delete that volume. Okay. And once this finishes, let's also put a point of interest above our power core, just in case people are blind and they don't know how to pick things up. You pick up, I have to check. Good. Alright, so this room is pretty much, not this room, the next room is pretty much done. Alrighty. And then we have this room. Not sure where we're going from that room. For a boss battle, you can make him super tough with like 4 enemies spawning that respawn once they're all dead. And you could make that the enemies that the new check keeps coming in and scrolling up for me. And you could make that the enemies are the only way to get health and ammo from the boss fight. Let's see. Looks like there's a bunch of good conversation in the chat about various Marvel and superhero movies. Is anyone else excited for the now Doctor Strange. There's a Doctor Strange movie coming out in November. And I think it looks pretty neat. Right. Now, it would be cool if in this room we had like 3 buttons that had to be pressed in rapid succession in order to open up the next door. And that way the player is forced to be making these kind of leaps of faith around. I like that idea. Okay, so let's add the next room. Drop it down. We're at negative 21 floors, guys. Negative 21 floors. And this is pretty awesome. Okay. So, let's see. This is the door. There we go. Just for good measure, let's also put a dead end right there with some goodies in it, because the player could probably use some goodies this late in the game. Should we make it a secret? Let's make it a secret. It's a secret, everybody. Alright, in here we'll put a bunch of ammo. And mega health or 2. And let's put 2 regen things so that they can ignore the cold damage for. Okay. That should be good. Alright, where did the player enter? The player entered there. So we'll need these buttons to be pretty obvious. And I'm probably going to put points of interest on each one of them. So put a panel, and we'll put a light over it. Okay. And we'll put some text over it. Okay, and not that close. Terminal. So there's one. We'll make it reusable in case the player screws up. Select that. Select that. Select that. Then let's make the next one here. This looks like a good one. And then kind of want to have him to do another big leap or something. See, the first one's here. We could put the second one here. Okay. So they're gonna have to go 1. Oh, that's interesting. When I'm above it, I don't have that effect. So they'll go 1, 2, 3 in rapid fire succession. That shouldn't take. Okay. In the chat, looking at the chat, the unlawful truth says, I thought Batman v Superman was okay. I have to break it to you, sir. That movie was so bad. It pretty much, I have no more faith in DC movies. Christopher Nolan did an awesome thing with The Dark Knight. Good DC movies. We code these suckers up. See, unused. Let's have this hit a numeric variable. Add new. Going to add to it. Add 1. That looks good. Going to name this. Okay. And there should be a good clock icon for this. Yep. There we go. So we'll do pretty much the same thing for the... Well, probably should have done this code first, but... Copy, copy, copy. Okay. Then unused, or, well, no, come on. Unused, there. Copy that. Take it over to this last terminal. right? Then on used, add integer. So whenever these things are used, it'll add a 1 to the integer. And then I need to add the timer or something. Let's see. Okay. On integer changed. No. Oh yeah, let's see. On integer changed, we'll have it test itself. I guess that's not how the number variables work. But on changed, we'll have it start a timer. Flow timer. There we go. Start timer. Okay. Timer, we'll put it to 7 seconds. I don't think it'll take that long, but we'll put it there and we'll see how much time it takes me. Security protocol timeout. All right. So let's see. Does it give me the cooldown? Darn. It'd be nice if they gave me the cooldown on this like they do on... because I don't want them to be able to hit the same terminal multiple times while it's going. Unused. We'll have this disable interaction. Where'd that code go? There we go. And then when 0, I don't think too used to Project Spark's method of how we do this. Go back to flow. All right. When left-hand side of 3-button timer is equal to 0, then we'll have this enable interaction again. That should work, theoretically speaking. But I should have done this code before I copied and pasted it to the multiple locations. I'm just going to go ahead and delete these terminals. And then put them back with all this neat, wonderful code. So the idea here is that when it interacts, it adds 1 to this variable and disables the interaction. And this will also should start a timer. Yeah, then we have to code what happens when that timer finishes. Duplicate. Security protocol terminal. That looks good. Copy this. Put here, and then get that. Oh. There we go. Theoretically speaking, that should work, but, well, learning how to do this kind of stuff is more art than science. So on finished, then we're going to have another test. Integer compare. And then the left-hand side, we're going to put our 3-button timer. And we need to have it equal 3. If it equals true, then we'll have this door unlock. Okay, that's all good. And if it's not equal 3, then it'll reset that integer. Set to 0. Okay. Alrighty, let's play that. While it's loading, let's take a look at the chat. Once again, we got to go through the whole thing again. There's probably a way I felt like it. Freaking Baron. Yeah, see, he's kind of getting stuck on that barricade there, so I think I'm just going to pull the barricades out of that room so that he can chase you faster. Alright, then we'll hit the laser system. Okay, we killed the Baron. And we'll head out. Grab some ammo, some armor, and some health. We're going to grab the mega health here. And lockdown. Kill these guys as quick as we can. Well, I mean, you know, it's on a time limit, so we'll just survive as long as we can. Darn imps. Probably should put in the gameplay settings because I don't really want to, well, hello, imp. I hope you're enjoying the time in the floor. Don't really want the, score and the points and damage and stuff like that all showing up. I want it to be a little more cinematic than that. Put in the power core. And new loadout. Good job, there's an escape pod in the lower levels of the station. Let's go there. Okay. Kill these guys. And then we'll try to make our way down here as quick as we can. Got those lasers, which are, you know, so scary. Now, I'm pretty sure if I lead enemies through it, it'll kill them too. If they chase me, that is. Huh? What do you say, imp? Well, they kind of get barricaded, but whatever. I'll just keep heading on. Grab this stuff, and then leave. Oh, that guy spawned. He probably shouldn't have spawned, but oh well. Okay. Die. Die. Low health. Oh boy. Okay, got that. Okay, you'll need another power core. Look around and see if you can find one. Okay. So there's the core. We can't get it. Enemies? 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 Why aren't they spawning? That is so weird. If you guys have any ideas why they're not spawning, let me know in the chat, because, I mean, I've used pretty much exactly that same code before, and it's worked fine. Needs power. some more health. Well, we just gotta wait it out for another 48 seconds. I need to make the cylinder that's right here invisible as well, because it was visible. Hmm. $15 seconds. Four, three, two, one. Okay, and then we'll pick that up. Grab some more health. Put that in, and the interact goes away. Oh, that's where the core was. Okay. So we got 1, 2, and 3. So okay, so I thought I was being pretty generous with 7 seconds, but I forgot that there's the whole animation of hitting the button. It keeps redoing that. Oh, I know why. It's because when it resets it back to 0, then it changes and it starts. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Alright, so step 1. Let's change that so that rather than a change, we're going to have on used. And we're going to have all 3 of the terminals be able to do it. So on used, then we'll start the timer. Then on there we go. Start timer. Okay. So at the end of time when we know if it works or not next time. Okay. And let's see, we need to make this cylinder transparent. I want to make this door always open. Open. That way the player can see it from a ways away and see the wonderful goal of the core. Okay. I guess I'll just rebuild this code again. See what I did wrong. I'll just delete the whole box trigger and start over. Whoa, that was weird. Oh, what? Disconnected? That was weird. This isn't supposed to progress. Gotta open this door up again. Gotta make this cylinder not show on start, and we gotta fix the timer. Okay, so on used, start timer, on used, start timer, and on used start timer. There. Now we'll go ahead and go back and rebuild this sucker. So we're just going to delete this box trigger and delete the serve. Delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. Delete all of that. Okay. All right. So then we'll add a new volume. A new box trigger. There. Height. All right. So then on entered, let's try a different type of event rather than a time survival event. Let's do like a wave. These are pretty fun. Start event. We'll put the start difficulty to 4. Number of wave to 3. That looks good. Showed HUD, showed point of interest. Yep, that all looks good. So then event finished. We'll have it delete the player block volume. Set the point of interest on our core. All right. That should work. And let's also put this... no, that's not what I meant to do. Thankfully, I saved it before I started working on the see, I saved my changes that I made with the timer and all that. But I gotta redo all this crap again. Get rid of that. Okay. All right. So once again, we'll go ahead and add our volume. Our box trigger. Make it big, make it... Pray that it works this time. Save it. In the chat, Spoon Warrior says, I need a volunteer to help me out with to test a map and SnapMap. Anyone want to help? If anyone wants to help him, definitely hop in. I'm making this at the moment, but if I wasn't, then I'd hop in and make that with you, Spoon. All right, so let's go ahead. Start that way. So, there we go. All looks good. Okay. Save. Saving. All right, and then when it's finished, volume, and on finished, set point of interest. Okay, and then let's go ahead. Okay. All right, so on entered, we're going to start the iteration, which should erase all of the AIs. And then after entered, we'll have it delete itself after E. Let's go ahead and play through it again. You can use the shotgun for is that if you shoot him at barrel stuffing range, you can stun him. Alright, so now we'll head out. Grab this good stuff. Grab the mega health. I definitely try to reward players for exploring. So any little nook and cranny I can find, I want to put something there. Just so they know every nook and cranny should have something I can utilize. I don't know what the deal is with enemies spawning right there, but they get to die. And boom. And it's over. Pick up the core. And get the heck out. Okay. So far, so good. Come on, put it in. I thought I picked it up. I guess I didn't pick it up. I hope it doesn't activate another lockdown on me. I can't remember if I coded it so it only does it once. Yeah, it looks like I did. Come on. There. Okay, put that in, and then we can use this guy. Yep. Nice. Ignore these guys. And we'll head down as fast as we can. Whew! Man, you can get down in a hurry if you want to. There we go. So you can need another power core. Look around and see if you can find one. Alright. Crossing our fingers. Hoping this works. Come on. Please? What's the deal? Yeah, I don't see any enemies that way. I mean, there aren't any demons spawned that I'm aware of. This is really weird. Well, and since there's no demons, I can't progress because I can't kill them. Wow. That the 12D pretty dingy for SnapMap. I understand that maps should only be able to handle so many enemies at a time and whatnot, but 12 seems a little tight. I mean, I understand that maybe 12 Barons of Hell is maybe as many as you should have, but 12 possessed workers, that's shouldn't be a problem. I don't know why this isn't working. It acts like it should. It's just not spawning anything in. That is really frustrating. Well, I guess for now, just move on and not deal with this. So I guess I'll just pick up the core. Let's see. On picked up. Let's have it delete this core. Or this cylinder. Alright, and then I'm going to add a teleport to this room because I'm tired of going through the whole thing. Okay, yep, this is where we start. Teleport pad. Put that there. Third. Head way down here. It's right here, and then we'll add teleport destination. Teleport to. Then is it not letting me add a filter? Because I want to see if I can add any AIs from following me. Add filter. Race filter. Only humans. Okay. Never stops because the Baron isn't killed. Grab that. Because what I really want to test is I want to test 3 buttons. Okay. Oh, I set that to 15 seconds. Oh, but then it didn't save. Probably going to be wrapping up the stream here in a little fight. We'll see. Fix it. So okay, this is given. Okay. Yep, you'll need another power core. Look around and see if you can find one. Okay, here's the core. Okay. All right, hopefully this works. Now the first time I'm going to intentionally not succeed. But I've got plenty of time to if I needed to. But I'm not. Okay, I'm going to head back to make sure I can re-interact with everything. Oh, it didn't let me re-interact with that one. Once again, it's never simple. I'll have it, get rid of this. Then on timer, if it's not equal to the integer, then we'll have it enable interaction again. I like using the light effects, except then they cover up the terminals, so you have to pretty much point right at the base. Okay. That should work. Now. And we'll grab the power core over here. And then we'll go ahead and head back this way. Alright, once again, I'm going to let it fail the first time. Okay. And 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I can interact with it again. This time we're going to go for the win. Okay. I think that succeeded, but there's only one way to know for sure, and that's to not die first! Screw that jump up. Oh, geez, he's still here. Okay, yep, I can't interact with it, and that's a good sign. Well, here's the invisible wall. Make it? Yep, we made it. And we're through. Okay. So, yep, it is... The 3 buttons are working. I think we turn down the timer by like 2 seconds. Okay. Then let's have it while the timer's going. Or how about when we just enter this module, we'll put up the point of interests. Okay. On player N. We'll set point of interest. Was that clear? Did I just put clear point of interest? I did. I did not save recently. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, just because I have other things I need to get to today, and we got a good chunk of this map built. I mean, look at all this. There's a lot of map. So, yeah, I might do another stream tomorrow, since I have tomorrow off of work with Labor Day and all that, so thank you guys for watching. Also, thanks for everyone who supported me, because I'm at 3,000 subscribers now, which is ridiculous. I remember when I was so excited when I first broke 100 subscribers. 3,000 is just such an awesomely ridiculous number. So, thank you guys all for thanks for watching the stream. Hopefully you found it interesting. Once this world's done, I'll have it posted so you guys can play it. And I'll probably throw in co-op as well, just because co-op makes everything more fun. So, thank you guys for watching.